Hey guys, sitting in my house bidding you welcome to another video. First pickups in a long time, video game pickups specifically. I only want to do pickups for stuff that I'm keeping for myself, or stuff that I want to watch, stuff that I want to play before I sell it on. So I won't be showing stuff that I'm buying strictly to resell anymore, but I will be showing everything else, which since I moved house, I actually have been buying quite a lot for myself, which is interesting because I thought with an extra home loan I'd have less money, which meant I would be spending less on myself, but it seems like everything's kind of coming together where I have just as much, if not more, disposable income than I had before. I don't know how it's happened. I'm very careful with money, but not so careful that I never worry about it pretty much. That makes sense. Anyway, geez, it must be fucking nice to not have to worry about money, right? Ugh. Let's go buy a yacht, buy a Ferrari, buy whatever you want. I wish. Alright, so I'm going to start off with something that I've actually been playing. I finished this recently. It is a game that I remember playing on the PlayStation Vita, but now that I've finished it on PS4, I don't know if I ever finished it on the Vita because there was this section where it all felt completely new. And it is Gravity Rush on the PlayStation 4 here. Hopefully that doesn't have a glare. I have like a ring now. I bought one because I thought it would look nice, but I don't know if it makes... I'm pretty sure it makes glare from these kind of cases, so... I don't know. It's a work in progress, I can figure it out. Gravity Rush here, maybe if I hold it back. Gravity Rush here, I really enjoyed it on PS4. It was a little slog for a bit in the beginning, but when you reach the middle, I think everything after the town at the edge of the world is like fantastic. Because like you're upgraded, you got all of your abilities, you're starting to do challenge missions and stuff to get more upgrades and gems so you can get more upgrades. It's really fun at that point. I definitely recommend it. You play as this character here. Her name is Kat, I think. I think her name was Kat. I'm not very good with names. But you play as her with her little cat there. And she falls from the sky one day. She doesn't know who she is. People seem to know who she is, but she doesn't remember. And she has the ability to control gravity. So she can fly around and do stuff like that. And it's really fun just flying around this world. The world is a kind of this world of floating in the sky. Kind of like Laputa, Castle in the Sky, I guess. It's a lot of fun just flying around. It really reminds me of Saints Row 4, Get Out of Hell, where you can just fly around. It's really fun. And it's a pretty good game. If you can find it, I definitely recommend it. It's not super duper rare, but it is one of the more expensive games for the PlayStation 4. I think it might be over $80 now, which is kind of nuts. This has all the DLC, which is cool. I did all the extra missions in DLC because at the end I was really feeling the game. I was having a lot of fun with it. The next game I'll play is probably going to be Gravity Rush 2, which I have up there. And I want to get more into PlayStation 4 collecting because a lot of the games are going down in price now. But I'm also seeing that a lot of games that are never going to go down in price, so now's the time to buy them. Speaking of which, my first pick up here from Harvey Norman, I had a $20 gift voucher to use. So I went into the local store just in Bundamba. I was looking around at the clearance section. They don't have a big video games selection to begin with. But I found this one for $22, and so I paid $2 out of pocket after the gift voucher was used for Immortals Phoenix Rising, which seems like a pretty good deal. These PS4 games are pretty cool. I think they're going to hold their value pretty much because you can still play them on PS5. It's going to be like how the Xbox 360 was, where the games that you can play on Xbox One kept their value. Even stuff that you wouldn't expect, like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. I remember when that was announced, to become backwards compatible, that the price of that skyrocketed to about $25-$30. But stuff like this, down from $78 to $22, and I only paid $2 out of pocket, so not too bad. Not too bad at all. I'm not really sure what kind of game this is. But it's from the creators of Assassin's Creed Odyssey, so I think that's a pretty good Assassin's Creed game from memory. It looks pretty good. Looks a bit like maybe like Breath of the Wild or something, and I definitely enjoyed that. Still brand new sealed, but when I get around to playing it, we're gonna crack open that seal and get playing. I have a PlayStation Vita game here next. This one was ordered off of the CEX website. I didn't know if I had this one when I saw it on the website, but I checked my collection real quick, and it turns out I didn't. I was very happy to see the Australian PAL copy of this one come through. It's worth quite a bit more than what I paid. I believe I paid whatever the going rate is at CEX. I'll put it down here somewhere. For Persona 4 Dancing All Night. When I was originally collecting PlayStation Vita games, I was buying them all when they were on clearance. I didn't grab this one because it never went down low enough for me to want to buy it. It's not a game that I'd really consider playing that much. I don't like rhythm games that much. My wife likes them more than I do. This is in great shape. I've had CEX credit built up for, months and months. It's time to start using it. That's why I want to get more into PS4. But not a bad game. I wouldn't mind getting the PS4 games as well. I think there's a Persona 3 and Persona 5 dancing game, which is interesting. I feel like Persona games are one of those things where if it's not Persona 4 or 5, no one really thinks about it. So it was weird to see Persona 3 get a dancing game. I'd love to get another Persona 2 game, because I think that one's the best one. Although that was split into 2 games anyway. This one right here was, I think, $5 plus $6 postage for a Wii game that I didn't have off of the Cash Converters website. I've been having a lot of luck with just asking the people on the Cash Converters websites if they can add shipping to some of their listings. With some of these stores like Bundaberg or Nambour, they're getting a lot of good stuff in, but they're not within really realistic driving distance for me. I'm not driving 3 hours up to Bundaberg just to pick up some video games. Hell no. But if they'll post them to me for, $4 or $5, why not? We have Code Lyoko Quest for Infinity. I'm actually down to maybe 3 games that I want for my Wii collection. I still want Mario Party 9, Baroque, and there's one more that I don't remember the name of. But those are really the 3 games that I want. This was one of the ones that I still wanted. I'm not sure if this is much of a good game, but I do remember watching the show as a kid. It seems to be pretty hard to find in Australia, so I guess $11 shipped to my door was not too bad of a price. Defeat the Zana virus in this action-packed 2D and 3D adventure filled with fighting, exploring, and teamwork. Alright. Teamwork, that's where they get you. I wonder if this is 2-player. Oh, this is just 1-player, which is interesting. I think they could make this 2-player if it's, weird. That's all in there. Really nice condition disc. Very happy with this one. One that I wanted to grab to play for myself. Another Wii game here. My wife actually bought this. I thought I'd show it in this video. She bought it off of a friend. She paid $20 for these 2 games. The first game here is Sim Animals. These were shipped to our door as well, so not a bad price at all. Sim Animals, which we found a copy of once in a CEX, but it was really badly scratched. I think there's a few of these Sim Animals games. These were in really nice shape. My friend definitely took care of them. Not a game I'd like to play, but definitely one my wife is interested in. As she is in this game. She has so many of these games, but she had to have it for the Nintendo DS as well. We have The Sims 2 here. This one's actually pretty expensive for the Nintendo DS. It's over $20 now, I think, which I thought, Sims 2, why would that be worth anything? But Some of those Sims games on PS2 and on the Nintendo DS, hell, even some on the PC are worth quite a bit. Obviously, Sims was like cultural phenomenon. I knew people who had no interest in video games who loved The Sims, especially women. And the last game we're going to show here, this one was found at a local pawnbroker's, and I thought I got a really good price on it. This is a PlayStation 1 game that I've been looking for a long time. I've actually found it before, but didn't know what it was and had left it. I found this at a flea market once, and I think they wanted $5 or $10 for it. It was high enough that I thought, no, I'll just wait and find another copy, so it might have been like $10. Back in the day, I was a real cheapskate. I still am, but I was bad back then. Of course, this one's worth well over $100 now if you find a nice complete copy. And that is of Cooler World. Now, they had this in the pawnbrokers Pennywise and Brown's Plains. They wanted $39.95 for it. Just about $40. I asked if they could do any better, and because they said they'd only put it out not long ago, within the last day or two, so they couldn't knock too much off of it. But I did end up getting this for $35, which is not a bad price, considering complete copies online tend to go for the $120 range. It's kind of crazy how much PlayStation 1 stuff has gone up, When I started collecting these 10 years ago, some of them were really expensive, but not like they are now, man. Now, the only issue with this one is the manual has like really bad water damage. There's your manual there. It actually doesn't really open, but, I don't really read manuals. It doesn't have an insert either, but the manual kind of acts as the insert. But the disc itself was in pretty good shape for a PS1 game. Some light scratches, but nothing that would affect play. It works pretty well. It's a very fun game. I enjoyed playing this on a demo when I was younger. And I always wanted to try out the full game because I wasn't very good at the demo and thought, oh, maybe there's like tutorials and stuff to help you into it. Kinda, but not really. It's still very, very hard. I think what gets me about games like this is that it has a timer. If I was given infinity to work out a puzzle, I think I could eventually get it. But because you're given a timer, you're forced to panic and try things you wouldn't try if you had unlimited time. Take risks. This is a great game. Definitely worth playing if you find it. I wouldn't recommend paying like $100 some odd for it, but if you find it for like the $30 range, go for it. There's definitely a lot of fun to be had with it. A lot of replay value. There's like 200 something levels in this, which is absolutely crazy. It's impressive what they managed to fit on the old compact disc back in the day. Alright, that's it. That's it for this one. I want to make some more eventually. I want to do some hunting as well, like some hunting videos, but I don't know. Sometimes when I'm out, I'll want to film. Sometimes when I'm out, I'll just want to go in and look quietly and not have my phone out. Like, I always have my phone out because I'm looking up prices for stuff, but to have your phone out to film something just feels so different, like you're doing something shady almost. It's hard to explain. Yeah, Sigma House bidding you guys farewell. I hope you enjoyed this one. Please leave a comment. I really like reading comments, and I love getting back to people's comments. And I know a decent amount of people watching. I'll get like 60, 70 views on something, and then only get 2 or 3 comments. But I guess some people just click on the video, watch for a couple seconds, find me boring, then click off, which I don't blame them. I do that myself. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. This is Sigma House bidding you farewell. Have a good one.
And that's all, folks.